Get over here!
Ike and company break the siege of Del Bray Castle and join ranks with the Crimean retainers therein. The army grows to its largest size yet, adding 3 members.
Hey, the army's way larger than that, but this is our, initial unit.
And with the addition of the retainers, truly becomes the armed force of its name. In addition, their recent heroic acts finally moved the conservative galleons to dispatch much-needed reinforcements. The long-awaited warriors of Gallia march through the treacherous Marhut mountain range, a series of jagged peaks that spread across southern Crimea. They then slip through the gaps in the Dayan forces and move toward Crimea's army. Gallia rises. This information emboldens Ike, and he marches the army at top speed to join their new allies. Yeah, come to think of it, this must have been a really crazy effort for Dayan to ambush Crimea the way it did in the first place, because there's a lot of uneven ground to cover.
They would have had to they would have had to deal with these strange lands, this crazy terrain. Not to mention if they didn't do this properly, they would have met with some serious opposition.
Yeah.
By the way, where's Nasir?
Oh yeah, where is Nasir? He ran for it.
He ran for it, he's gone, and we just don't know where he is now, but they never bothered to look for him.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess they can't really be bothered at this point.
If he doesn't want to be found, you're not going to find him.
Yeah, that's true. So, I think this is Neyluchi.
I want to say Tabarn.
It's either Neyluchi or Tabarn. It is Tabarn. Okay, so this one's all you.
How are you feeling?
I don't know what this says. Someone in the comments was translating this language the last time we ran into Leanne, so thank you for that.
That is actual, it's basically a font.
Yeah, I just can't read it.
Ah, it's good to hear that you are well. Not surprising, it is a beautiful day. I wonder if it's I don't think so, but it makes me think of, you ever play Wind Waker, how on your second playthrough of Wind Waker it will actually translate all the stuff that was formerly in Ancient Hylian?
Yeah. Though Ancient Hylian is basically just a codex of our actual alphabet.
Yeah, it's a single-letter cipher.
Yeah.
Yes, we Hawks enjoy the smell of the sea as well. Then you are starting to feel more at home here. Good. And how is Lord Larazia? I had thought his condition might have improved. Well, let's hope for a brighter tomorrow.
You can understand what the Heron Princess is saying, can't you, Your Majesty?
Yes, well, some of it at least. You weren't around when Rayson first got here, were you, Lots? When he arrived, he was just like this. You'd never know it by how fluently he speaks our modern tongue, would you?
Now that you mention it, he does use some funny words when he gets angry. But the letter that just arrived is written in standard script, isn't it?
Over these 20 years, he'd gained total mastery of... You read the letter, didn't you?
No, I just caught a glimpse of it in your hand, that's all. I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
You little scamp. Huh? Yes, that's right. It's a letter from Rayson. It appears the Crimean army has passed safely through Dayan and is on its way to the homeland. Yes, Rayson is fine, but I wonder what happened. He doesn't give details, but he asks Phoenicius to send reinforcements.
If Prince Rayson is asking for help, things must be fairly serious.
I'd like nothing better than to take wing immediately, but I can't leave Lord Larazia and Leanne here alone. No, that won't work. Don't try that look on me. There's no way I'm taking you with me.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
I suppose it's time to put my plan into action.
What is it?
Alright, I'm off to Gallia to get things settled. Lots, I want you to watch over Leanne and help her pack.
Yes, sir.
I forgot about that character entirely, Lots.
Lots is I think this is the only appearance of Lots.
Yeah, I don't think he comes back.
I don't have any idea what you're trying to say. Maybe I should talk louder. Do you want me to put this in that bag? Got it. In it goes. I'm getting the hang of this. I'm putting it in the bag. What? Is something wrong? What are you... Over there? Behind me? What? Someone is behind me? Ah! If you want your father to be killed, then by all means keep screaming. Whoa.
So what are the... I don't think there are any limitations on warp.
Yeah, they actually discussed this in, kind of clarified this in Fire Emblem Heroes, believe it or not. The Black Knight has an item called Warp Powder.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's a skill that he can use, and it is kind of, like, limited. But yeah, basically this Warp Powder basically lets him just warp everywhere.
Yeah.
He basically has teleportation powers.
Yeah, I guess it... I would assume it's limited to his supply of it.
It's limited to his supply of it, and supposedly he's one of the few people in the world that actually knows how to use the stuff.
Okay.
Ah, the prodigal son returns. I have gained that which you requested. Show me. This way. These Heron royals all look alike, don't they? Perhaps it proves their bloodline, but it's unsettling how similar they are. I believe you had one in your possession previously. Yes. I tried to get her to free the Dark God from the medallion, but all she did was get sick and die.
So that would be the Heron that...
Rayson was talking about in the last couple of chapters.
Yeah, that Ike's mother knew.
Yeah. They're ridiculously frail creatures. I should have just killed her in the first place and saved some time. Might I suggest this would be treated with more care? Capturing her was not an easy task. For you, it did take quite a long time, didn't it? Diverting the sharp eyes of the Hawk King proved to be quite difficult. It required much planning and caring. Ha! Don't tell me it was difficult. I know you. I know you use that arcane powder to travel about at will. The powder drains my strength. For that reason, I would rather not use it unless absolutely necessary.
Okay, so that's why he's not just, like, apparating all over the place mid-combat.
Exactly, it does take effort. You are an enigma, Dark One. Everything you possess is fey and of unknown origin. The armor I presented to you, do you find it dissatisfactory? No, it has my approval. My Wyvern Rajayon, and this armor which renders any enemy attack impotent. Both are well suited to me. They both shine because they are mine, and now the medallion, and that Galder as well. Both belong in my hands. Will a revival of the Dark God take place soon? Let me see. The conditions aren't bad, but how long will they continue? It is no matter. As long as all my chess pieces are on the board, things will work out. Soon every knee will bow to Ashnard.
I feel like Ashnard wouldn't be very good at chess. He'd, like, talk big about how he, like, trapped everybody all the time, but he would also be like, I move all of my rooks forward at once!
Maybe. Honestly, sometimes I think the Black Knight is smarter than he is.
Oh, Black Knight's way smarter than Ashnard.
Yeah.
Not even close. What is going on? What's happened here?
My king...
Lots! Hold on!
I'm so sorry. The princess...
Who did this? Who was the craven dastard that did this to you?
Knight in black armor.
So that's why we don't see Lots again.
Yeah.
Now I know why I don't remember him. Lots, no! Curse you, Dan. This was evilly done. Well, if you think to play such a game, you'll not find me an easy mark. So I think as one of the Lagoo's royalty, Tabarn's claws would actually be capable of piercing that armor.
I think it's because his claws are inherently magic, along with, like, most of the Lagoo's royals.
Like Kanangus and...
Yeah, Kennegus. Supposedly, Ronolf actually has a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
Which is why at one point he actually does, like, this comes way later, but there is a point where that's actually addressed. But we'll get to that later.
Well, they did say back when he was killing Grail, the Black Knight was there for the medallion, and he was trying to get information of where it was, and the only reason why he left without the information was because he heard Kanengis' roar.
Yeah.
And even the Black Knight was like, I don't think I want to mess with the King of Lions right now.
Yeah, whether it be for strategy's sake, or the fact that or the possible fact that Kanengis can actually harm him.
I think they'd be an even match.
Probably. Like, no joke, Kanengis and Tabarn are kind of legends. They're living legends in this world.
Yeah. So, yes, Har very easily took the MVP role last time.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, no, Har did work last chapter. Like, super work. Alright, so, on that note, we're gonna do some outfitting, some managing, some supports and information, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Let's see how this plays out.
Captain Har, where are you? Captain Har!
Huh? What? Oh, Jill. Simmer down, Jill. Can't you see I'm sleeping? And do you need to shout my name like that? You're louder than a meat skewer salesman in a crowded market.
Maybe you should try responding when I call you.
I'll do that as soon as you stop calling me Captain.
How should I address you then?
Whatever works for you.
Sir Har, maybe?
Do I look like a knight to you?
Alright, Mr. Har.
That doesn't sound right at all.
Fine, just Har then.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Sorry, I can't address my superior like that. I'll just call you Mr. Har.
Well, I can live with that. Now, let me get back to my nap. That's it?
Yep.
That's the whole conversation?
It's funny because the way things are now, Jill technically is Har's superior in this army.
That is true.
Oscar!
Hello, Kieran. Are you going to ask me to return to the Crimean Knights again?
You guessed it. I'm a Crimean Knight, and I'm very proud of that fact. No better friend, no worse enemy. A knight distinguishes himself in battle, returning in triumph to hear adulation from the people and praise from his lord. When you make your name as a knight, everyone knows you. The world is laid at your feet. And above all else, you can defend our beloved Crimea and her people with your own two hands.
That certainly sounds nice.
It's better than life as a mercenary, cavorting with outlaws and entering battles from which you never return. Why, Oscar? Why? I just don't get it. You're my arch-rival. That's an honor. I know your true skills better than anyone. If you say you will come back, I'll do everything I can to recommend your honorable return to the Knights.
Thanks, Kieran, but I'm not returning. After joining the mercenaries, I had a chance to see the world. I saw grief with my own eyes. People subjugated by the powerful, losing everything and dying alone. Countries can't save people like that. It's up to men like us, men who are in the thick of the action, to aid those who cannot aid themselves. Besides, I have no use for honor. As long as I can defend the family called the Grail Mercenaries, I'm happy.
Blast! You've outdone me again! How can this be? I don't know why or how, but I feel you beat me yet again.
You didn't lose. There are many things that a brave knight like yourself can do that we mercenaries cannot. So let's both do our best. We may stand on different sides of the field, but we aspire to the same ideal.
I see. Then I will ask you no more. Watch me. When Crimea is fully restored, my distinguished services will resonate throughout the ages. You'll hear about it wherever you are. I'll make sure of it.
Yes, I'm sure you will. And when I hear of your brave tales, I'll toast your success.
Oscar finally decided to just, let Kieran be Kieran.
I mean, hey, he's got a point. There are some things only mercenaries can do, and there are some things only knights can do.
Yeah,
that's just how that works.
This is the good version of the Black Knight Grail rivalry, though, because Kieran let it go finally.
Yeah, It's basically... You know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of Tales of Vesperia, the whole thing between Flynn and Yuri.
Yeah.
Where it's like one of them is a knight, a lawful knight in service to the kingdom, and the other is a vigilante who is not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, I guess the big difference is Kieran hated Oscar before Oscar left, and he's like, I don't want to be better than you when you're a mercenary. I want to be better than you when you're a knight.
If anything, I think Kieran was jealous of Oscar.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Absolutely.
Good day, Count Bastion.
Ah, Lady Lucia. What an exquisite pleasure. Would you allow me to place a kiss upon your creamy white hand?
Sorry, my lord. I've been sharpening my blade, and my hands are covered in grime.
Nonsense. I have no objections, my lady. The grime merely accentuates your beauty.
I have objections, Bastion.
Ah, she addresses me so curtly, but it only stokes my furnace of attraction. It is only in my nature to hunt and pursue a tantalizing beast that flees me. You have such a devious grip on my heart.
Don't even think I'm going to fall for that trick. It might work with the others, but I'm no doe-eyed fawn. Why don't you just give up already?
Ah, splendid. This fawn has sharp hooves, but still she spurns my advance. Next time I shall woo her with words.
In a weird, twisted way, they remind me a little bit of Pent and Louise. Now, Pent and Louise were married, but that, like, you get these two characters and they already have all this history, so they already have a support ready.
That's a lot more inaccurate than you might think. So, recently they released Louise and Pent in Fire Emblem Heroes, right? And there's the Forging Bonds that gives you a little more about their story, right?
Yeah.
Louise actually shares her story about how she first met Pent.
Okay.
So, Pent was a count.
Yeah.
Like, he was like a royal that was, like, being, led to be married.
Yeah.
And 20 women were presented to him from royals and counts and, like, you know, noble houses all over, one of them being Louise. And they did the whole thing. They presented, they asked questions and whatnot. And one of the things they did was, like, they presented what their talents were. And a lot of the ladies did, like, poetry and singing and theater. Louise had no talent for any of that. No dancing, no pretty words or anything. So she decided to try and win him over the only way she knew how, her archery skills.
Okay.
And Pent not only chose her over the others, all the others, like, when they saw her showing off her archery skills, like, laughed at her, they ridiculed her, but Pent...
So unladylike.
Exactly. But Pent was like, you know what, I appreciate a woman who knows how to defend herself, but also stays true to what she knows instead of just trying to impress with hollow talents and words and whatnot.
Yeah.
He fell in love with Louise, not just for her prowess, but also her genuine nature. So that's the story behind those two.
Yeah. Though I think in Bastion's case, I feel like he probably talks this way to every woman.
Probably. He's more like Inigo, but a little more distinguished.
Like, especially with Lucia, but also because he spends the most time around Lucia.
Yeah, I am pretty sure that Bastion does have a genuine crush on Lucia. Whereas everyone, all the other girls, like, he's just like, you know, he plays it up, he has fun, he's
flirty.
He's flirty. Yeah, that's just how you know what? He's a lot like Dorian from Dragon Age Inquisition, now that I think about it. He has those honeyed words and that, like, attractive nature, you know, that kind of thing.
I can't help it, I'm so charming.
I love this character.
You there, in the bushes. You have until the count of 5 to show yourself before I start throwing sharp objects. 1, 2, 4.
Oh dear, keep those daggers sheathed, dearest Volk. I can see why you've earned such a reputation.
Oh, hello, Bastion.
You weren't the fellow I was expecting to see. Indulge my curiosity for a moment. Who are you working for?
Knowing you, I'm surprised you haven't already checked on what I had for breakfast.
So it's true then. You're working for Crimea under Commander Ike.
I serve no nation. I work for Ike himself.
And why is that?
10,000.
10,000?
Pay me and I'll answer the question.
You had no intention of answering my questions, so you came up with some outrageous sum. Very well.
I'm not a charity. Get lost if you can't afford my fee.
What has Ike got brewing in that brain of his that involves this scurrilous man in the shadows? Methinks I should look into this forthwith.
So the interesting thing about that is they also give you that one automatically when Bastion first joins, because Bastion invokes full A support
Yeah?
is canon, because it's kind of a plot point in Radiant Dawn.
Really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, these two clearly have history.
They don't have history, they have future.
Well, like, they knew each other before this.
No, they really didn't. But,
Oh, really?
yeah,
No?
but, Bastion... So, a small plot point in Radiant Dawn depends on Volk and Bastion knowing each other from this game.
Uh-huh.
So this is kind of the writers already setting something up in Radiant Dawn. And there's a few conversations in this game, actually, that whether or not you do them, they set up something in Radiant Dawn.
Oh, I get it. That's why certain support conversations happen automatically with no input from the player. Basically, the developers being like, let's make sure the players see this conversation before we head over to Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, so you have to get Bastion and Volk up to A support to see what it's actually about.
I see. I'm willing to work on that, but at the same time, I'm kind of enamored with the idea of getting Bastion and Lucia together. But then again, I don't think we're going to use Lucia all that much.
Lucia's terrible. She's terrible.
Yeah, I said she was good, but honestly, like, she's good for being a sword master.
I'm sure if you pour bonus experience into her, she gets decent.
It's not even bonus experience. Like, you can get her up there, kind of like you can get everyone else, but why are you going to use Lucia? 1, if you trained up Zyhark. 2, if you got Stefan.
Yeah.
You're not going to use Lucia if you have either one of those two. And even then, we haven't been using Stefan all that much.
Zyhark actually is another character that he and Braum have an optional support conversation in this game that pays off in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah. The situation with Meg, right?
Yeah. They kind of introduce Meg before she's even in the game. Excuse me, mister. Are you guys going to go into these mountains? There are lots of soldiers wearing black up there. Those guys... They killed my papa and burned our village. That's why we went to the mountains in the first place. You're gonna go up there and take care of him, aren't you? Gonna make him pay? Please, mister, say that you are. My mama and my sister and me don't have anywhere else to go, and I want to go back to the cabin my papa built.
I understand. We're going to take care of those guys. You just stay here a bit longer, alright?
Yay! Go give him heck, mister. Oh, wait. I heard those guys talking about something, too. They said if anyone comes up the mountain single file, they'd get them all at once. It was something like that, anyway.
Oh, I know this chapter.
Yeah, this is the Katamari chapter.
Oh, no. Really? That's a lot of help, thanks.
Good luck, mister. Kill them all. Do it for my papa.
This is that chapter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And as if we didn't get enough Bastion already.
Yeah. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Forsooth, what-ho! My eyes behold Sir Ike! Pray tell, what would you ask of me, good sir? Well, I just wanted to chat. I try to speak with all the members of the army when I have a minute. I see. A fine idea that is, good sir. Some generals hope their soldiers all to be aloof, and ready always for the fight. If all goes well, sweet happiness abounds, but if the tides do turn, then anger grows. One wonders if he can lead men at all. I too am often plagued by such grim thoughts. Yeah, listen, Yet you walk out among your men-at-arms, spin tales, tell jokes, and lend a willing ear. Huzzah, dear sir, huzzah until the end. In truth, I did much fear your name at first. I swore to find the mettle of the man, and studied you with cautious, steady eye. I thought to find yourself a brutish rogue, a villain crafty in his fiendish plans, with status and great wealth his only goals. Had such been your own ethic and deceit, I would have taken measures sure and swift to see you person vanish in the night. Yet lo, what do I find before mine eyes? A man so noble, true, and without peer, as would beset the moon herself with lust. General? What? Huh? Sorry about that. Must have dozed off. What were you saying? Something about the moon, or something? Commander! Are you tired and unaware of how your body doth cry out for rest? If it would please you, I was of a mind to partake in a sweet and soothing draft, right?
Draft, yeah.
Draft. A beverage warm and pleasant to the lips? If you're offering me a cup of tea in your tent, I'll accept. That is what you're offering, right? Oh, and I apologize in advance if I fall asleep again. I'm really tired. Your words do make my ears alive in joy. I shall regale you with a tale or two and poems to ease the savage toll of war. I don't think Bastion realizes that. Like, I think this is more than just Ike being tired.
Yeah.
Let's be real for a moment.
I think Ike's messing with him a little bit.
Or at least he doesn't want to hurt his feelings. Ike's learning!
Yeah.
He's learning to be a little more courteous of others.
He took a page from a Har's book, just pretend you're not listening.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. Oh, God!
Hey there, little man. I've got serious business with the general of this army. Take a message, will ya?
And you would be?
The name's Largo, and I'm a world-class berserker.
Oh my God, he is her husband. He is Khalil's husband.
Yep.
Oh God.
He's a whole lot of man.
World-class berserker. That's a rather dubious title.
What's this? You down to my strength? I can pin a tiger with my bare hands. That's not just hot air, either.
Yeah, try one of the tiger lagoos.
Yeah, do you mean like a real tiger, or do you mean like Mordecai?
Dubious.
You think I'm fooling around with you? Have your general hire me and then see for yourself. You can decide how much I'm worth after you see me in action.
At least he's being forthwith about his intention.
But let me tell you, if the gold's not good enough, pfft, I'm gone.
Huh. All of this sounds vaguely familiar. But at least you're confident.
Like I said, world-class berserker. Here, watch me bend this lance.
Yeah. I see no reason not to.
You owe me a lance.
Alright, you're in.
Yes! So, how about taking me to meet the general?
I'm the general.
What? That's good, you're a funny little guy. So, seriously, where's the general's tent? Must be that big one there. Largo!
Hi, Khalil.
Hey, I thought I'd find you here, Khalil. You're looking hot. Almost as hot as me! Did you come looking for little old me? Oh, how sad for you. My contract with this army isn't up for quite some time. Yeah, I thought you'd say that. That's why I'm joining up too. What? Are you really going to hire Largo, General Ike?
That's the plan.
Huh? This little guy really is the general? Don't I look the biggest fool around? And I mean big! Roar! Sorry if I offended you, little guy. Oh, he's such a clown. But you made a good hire. After all, he's a world-class...
berserker. Yeah, I heard.
He pinned a tiger with his bare hands. 2 of them, actually, at the same time. Yeah, that was awesome.
Definitely dubious. Okay, so yeah, we got Largo now.
I feel bad that I never use either of those two.
Yeah.
My first playthrough, I used Khalil a little bit because I hadn't been using the other mages.
Same here. Like, I hadn't been using Ileana my first time, so when I got Khalil, she paired with Soren just fine, at least for my first playthrough. Khalil actually gets better in Radiant Dawn, doesn't she?
I wouldn't say she does, but...
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's more like there's a point where you only have Khalil, so if you want a mage, it's
You know
Khalil.
what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Ronolf, whereabouts is the Gallian army encamped? Just over those mountains. So we're finally going to join forces. Reports say that King Ashnard is gathering his forces in the capital. The time to work together is certainly upon us.
Ike, there's enemy ambush waiting for us on that mountain.
If we go around the mountain and avoid it, how much time will we lose?
A couple of days at least.
In that case, we've no choice but to go through them, right?
Agreed.
Wait a second. Isn't this where there's usually some sort of discussion? Hello? I mean,
If Ike and Soren agree on a plan, it's probably the right plan.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the one. Oh boy.
The enemy approaches, sir.
Listen up, men. Let them get as close as possible before pushing the rocks over the cliff. We must not let Crimea join forces with those subhumans.
Okay, hi Gaston.
Yeah. There's always this moment right before we see a character, and then we have to decide split second what they're gonna sound like based on their face.
I was actually discussing this with some of my patrons, and they were like making comments about like how hard is it to like change voices like on the fly or come up with voices for the characters you like voice over, and I'm like, yeah, like there's some challenge, but I find it pretty easy. Commander, those forces are encamped on top of the rise. I wonder what sort of trap they have this time. Those boulders didn't get up there all by themselves. Are they seriously going to roll them down on us?
At first glance, it seems a simplistic trap, but these narrow paths make avoiding the rocks impossible. I think they may be surprisingly effective.
So, we run up the mountain as quickly as possible and smash the enemy and smash the enemy commander, right? Right. How did you? I know, genius.
Actually, that is the best plan. Try to avoid the boulders and reach the top as quickly as possible. Once there, defeat the general.
Right. Move out. Yeah, speed is gonna be the key here, but
Soren's smart enough to know that sometimes you do need to rush in.
like he understands that sometimes the simplest plan is the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got very narrow paths here, and I believe these boulders are going to roll down this way, or are they going to follow the path?
They tend to follow the path. Actually, each boulder has a specific script it follows.
Really?
But for the most part, it either goes down in a straight line or follows the winding path.
Oh, that's going to be encouraging. Alright then, so, our enemy commander is Grommel.
Each boulder does 10 damage to every unit it hits, and just keeps rolling along its path, dealing 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best not to, like that one conversation, single file.
Right. So, range and just general, range and speed are going to be our main bets here.
Yeah.
So,
Also, cavalry is has its movement cut in half on this map.
really?
Yes.
Okay, so, in that case, we're going to need flyers or we're going to need foot soldiers. Yeah, I think,
Horseback units and knights, so Gatry also is going to have his movement cut in half.
Understood. Alright then, in that case, let's see. We're gonna need flyers. Marcia's in, and, you know, as much as I love Jill, she's kind of outclassed by Har.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna bring Har in with us, and Rayson, obviously. Alright, so, who else can we bring here? So...
I think Boyd. I think this is the kind of mission you bring Boyd to.
I agree.
You need somebody who can take hits and deal them back stronger, but isn't going to get slowed down by the terrain.
Mm-hmm. We're also going to need some range, so I think Rolf is going to be a good one here.
Okay. We need healers.
We need healers, so... Miss is a cavalry, but she has physic. Or do we want to bench her for now and bring Reese with us?
It would be smarter to bring Reese, yeah. I just really like training Mist, so I'm tempted to bring her anyway.
Well, we do still have plenty of bonus experience, like, on the bench. If we feel like we should use it on her, we will.
Okay.
But, in all fairness, Mist is already a level 7 Valkyrie. She's pretty ahead of the pack compared to everyone else. So, I think she'll be just fine. So yeah, let's bring Reese with us. We also maybe want to bring our mages as well. So let's say we bring Soren and Ileana. Actually, no. Let's not bring both. We should bring at least one of them, and I think Soren should be our guy. Especially because we gave Soren Blizzard.
Yeah.
That Blizzard spell might actually come in clutch here. And we're gonna need some foot soldiers. So, we need defensive monsters here. Nephany, you're in? I'm not against bringing Runoff.
This might be a good place for Runoff.
He's speedy and he's tanky.
Yeah.
Do we want to unbench the birds?
There
aren't a lot of archers here.
That's true.
There's not a lot of archers. These guys are like these guys aren't ballisticians. They're stone throwers.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we bring Ulki and Janeth with us?
Or maybe one of them and still bring Jill. Jill is going to be better than Ulki or Janeth, in my opinion.
You might be right about that one. Okay, then yeah, let's bring Janeth. And let's see. Either Jill or one other person that maybe we should bring with us. Because I'm also considering Bastion. Because
I could see giving Bastion a try.
Because, like, the main reason is because Bastion is a level 13 Sage. He is powerful as crap.
Yeah.
He's also got the Meteor spell.
Yeah, and he's the only character we have who really can make good use of it. Well, Khalil would be able to.
Khalil would be able to, yeah, but Bastion's, like, honestly just a better overall mage.
Yeah.
And the other option I thought, like, we could get him off the bench as well, is Stefan. Stefan is speedy. He is like...
Stefan's never a bad idea.
So, I'll leave this one up to you. Do you want to bring Stefan or do you want to bring Bastion?
Oh, that's tough. That's very, very tough. Mainly because he's of a lower level, I'm gonna say Stefan.
Yeah, I actually can agree with that. So yeah, let's get Stefan back into the works. So yeah, I think this is our team. So we're gonna put the Flyers in the back because they'll be able to catch up pretty easily. It's good to have Janeth back. I'm not gonna lie.
This game's cast is just so fun. You want to use all of them.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna bring Boyd to the front lines, along with Nephany, and keep doing that. Stefan.
We should. When we were forging before, I was thinking we should forge a light tome for Rhys sometime.
Actually, you know what? That might have been a really, really good idea for this one. Let's do that next chapter.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get a light tome for Rhys next time. Aside from that, I think that's pretty much all we can do at this point. Yeah, we got Soren and Rhys here in the middle part. Rolf is forward, ready to go. I think this is our game plan. You ready?
My only other thought is, since they have a lot of cats, Jill had the Laguz Guard. Would we want to give her Laguz Guard to someone on this team?
That's not a bad idea.
Since there are...
In that case, here's my thought. Jill has a Laguz Guard. Let's give it to Nephany.
Okay.
Nephany is our go-to foot soldier tank who's not an armored
Who doesn't play by the rules.
Uh-huh. But yeah, no, seriously, Nephany is hardy as heck. Like, she may not be the most powerful of our units, but she's very sturdy.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's our bit.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Man, ever since Bastion mentioned making Ike tea, I could really go for some tea.
I've had are you a tea guy?
Sometimes. I am at this current moment. I think after we finish this chapter, I'm going to be making some tea.
I might join you on that, actually. Tea is also just generally really good for,
Tea is a great Let's Players drink.
It is. It really is. Alright, so... Yeah, we're going to lure you guys over with Ike. But I'm not going to have him get into the range of that, Yeah, that's perfect, actually.
So, while you're setting up your first turn, I'll go over something that we were talking about during prep.
Yeah.
So we gave that one rescue ability, the savior ability, to Marcia.
Yes, we gave her, savior. Basically, it eliminates penalties when rescuing someone, which is fantastic.
So she's fully combat ready even while she's carrying another unit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other thought we had is we still have 2 statue frags. And we were thinking about giving them to Marcia because, one, I think that would let her carry slightly heavier units. Maybe even, like, Boyd. But I don't know if there's any downsides to that. It might our other thought is if you raise Constitution, it helps some characters double more with heavier weapons. So we were actually thinking about giving it to a mage like Ileana, but
That didn't go well at
that
all.
would also make her heavier and harder to for other characters to rescue. So I guess I want to kind of poll all of you guys watching of who do you think would be the best recipient for the statue frags.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of thinking the best recipient might actually just be the shop. Because that's just money and we can get something that we do know what to do.
Nice work, Rolf! Using that adept skill to guarantee to get a crit going.
Missing your attacks? I will show you how it is done, Ed Boyd.
I bet Boyd is just like, what the heck, man? What, why are you stealing my kill?
When did my little brother become a badass? Oh no!
Oh man, that was good. Alright, Nephany, get up there. Wow, look at that.